That's cool.
At your service, I say, and I salute him.
As soon as we get out of
And
earshot,
so just so you know, he does the official salute, and it's not like an actual salute. So he puts one arm and he puts it across his chest, and then he puts his other arm, like he makes a fist, puts it across his chest, he puts his other arm behind his back in the same like fist, and then he bows. So
Right.
So that's
That's your
exactly what I do then.
that's your official.
Well, that's how I salute him
Wait.
then.
Sure.
I would do that, except I have a shield.
I'm sure
It's about the count.
you can show.
I just kind of half-assed do it then, since one of my arms is indisposed.
Fair enough. All right, so
Do we want to take a quick break before we move on?
sure, we can take a few minute break here. It's been about an hour. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that, and we'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Stay tuned. All right, if you guys are ready, looks like you guys are. So we'll go in. Let's go in. My mic wasn't muted for the stream. Hi guys. All right, we're back. How you guys
So we're
doing?
making sure, right.
Yep.
Fine.
Yep.
As
are
we
good to go.
leave, as soon as we get out of earshot, I'm gonna tell you guys. Okay, guys, if you get a chance, you should go to the alchemy room Try this purple potion. It's awesome. It will make you shimmer in every color. You won't feel anything like weird or bad or anything, but I think it's cool
But why would I want that?
because it looks awesome. Like, don't
Looks
you want to
weird.
look awesome?
Like, how do you know this?
I mean, we're both men of scars. We both know the value of looking awesome.
Well, yes, but how do you possess this information about this potion?
I tried it.
You tried it?
Yeah.
When?
You just straight up just drank it?
Well, I wouldn't say straight up. I looked at it first and I judged the color, the viscosity of the potion, and then I judged the potential upsides, which, weren't huge, but, there was some upside. So I thought, yeah, I'll try this. And then I chugged 3 potions.
You know what? Hold on a second.
So you should, yeah, but this pink one, not the red one, not the green one, the purple one is really cool. If you get a chance. I mean, obviously they're not gonna let you drink at any time, but if you can kind of like sneak in there, maybe at night. I know also you can see. Can you're pretty good in the dark, I think.
So I cut
I
him
smile
off
at
and
him.
say stealing is wrong.
It's not stealing. It's just. I mean, obviously stealing is wrong, but you're part of this unit. They're just worried that you will hurt yourself. But I've tried it. There's nothing dangerous about it. It's just
But those potions weren't yours.
they are mine. They're part of the Crescent Silver party, right? They're just for educational purposes, so they're not going to be used for anything.
And you said you found out about these potions by drinking them and looking at them first. Were they labeled anything?
No.
You drank a random potion, not like a real potion either, a testing potion, an unlabeled testing potion.
I mean,
Just
when
lying
you
about
say
it
it like
in the alchemy
that,
lab.
it
It
sounds.
seems awfully reckless to me.
I mean, yes, but also it was awesome. So like, I feel vindicated. But I mean, yeah, I woke up in the alchemy lab this morning because the last one was probably some sort of sleeping potion, but
You drank more than one?
there may
it's-
have been 3.
I know I shouldn't be lecturing you about what to drink and not to drink, but
I mean, one of them was red, so I felt some kinship, but but yeah, this purple one. Don't drink the red one. I don't want to talk about that one.
I thought you recommended the purple one.
The purple. I said not the red one. The red one I don't. Let's not talk about the red one. But the purple one is cool. Like I recommend.
Well, I'm not gonna be drinking any unlabeled random testing potions lying about,
Look,
even if you do recommend them.
yeah, okay. Maybe you can ask the alchemy master. Maybe he will let you drink it because it's just pretty fun. Like he would know which one it is. Ask him for the disco potion.
So I'm going to leave the conversation and go to the alchemy labs.
I'm gonna follow him.
And I'm going to
I'm
ask
following
the
this, guys.
alchemist if
Absolutely.
he's actually stole these from him.
So you go to the alchemy lab. It looks like there's a, I guess, tutorial sort of instruction lecture going on.
Oh, okay. So like, there's a class going on.
More or less, yeah. The alchemy teacher, is walking around, looking over shoulders, pointing at stuff and, nodding or shaking his head at times.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to interrupt his class.
Sure.
I give Sif a disappointed look.
You followed him in there, right?
A dip.
Like I followed him in there, so I would have.
I mean, if you follow behind him, you get, you look at the door's open, so if you look through the door, you can see this happening.
I go, hey, alchemy dude, any fun new potions? I'm kind of looking at him.
And he'll turn around, it's, stare at the door, and he gets this really like squinty look on his face, and then
I
walk over
wave with my tail.
he'll walk over to the door, and just close it on your well faces.
Oh,
Oh.
Well, I was inside. They
Or
they were
you were
looking
okay. You went
inside.
inside. Okay. So
I didn't go inside.
So what
I was
happened?
standing
So-
I went inside and
so,
saw that he was
okay.
in a class.
all right.
And then I kind of turned around and was starting to go when this jerk off screamed out.
Yeah. So he'll actually assist your exit from the room by placing his hand on your back and kind of pushing you out of the door.
I did not go in, by the way. When I saw there was people there,
Sure.
I stopped at the
And you
where
know
the door is.
All right, so we're all standing outside. We weren't given anything else to do, were we?
Nope. They just said that, they'll call you when they need you.
Okay.
Let's take a look at the map.
I'm gonna go to the stables.
Sure.
I'm going to go to the armory.
And I'll go to the library.
Alright, so
I'm gonna do some more research on the cults.
cults again? Okay. Go ahead and make me a knowledge religion roll real quick.
Gosh.
Let me just show that one on the screen. There you go. Right.
Keep rolling
there.
those amazing rolls.
It wasn't a 1, at least.
Well,
Alright.
I mean, there's always bad.
not this time.
So alright, so you'll sit down to read. Okay. Shock, where are you going? You going on to
The wrong books, by the way. I read the wrong books.
The
Yeah.
stables. I said I'm going to the stables.
Yes.
No,
so,
you're holding the books upside down or something.
That's
actually,
7.
no. What's gonna happen is,
Oh,
Diff,
6.
you start going towards the religion books, and then this really steamy romance novel catches your eye, and you'll, yeah. Shock,
Shades of
you go
Grey.
to the stables.
Yeah.
Stables is who?
3 random potions are standing on barrel.
That would be amusing. No, so stables. So Beastkeeper Harmon is the, I guess, stable keeper, and so the stables is not only stables for the horses that you guys keep, but it also has cages of just wild animals. And that sort of an advanced training that happens is they will let sort of like a live combat happen between trainees and these live animals. So you got some,
Whoa.
you got some like wolves, you got some, ferocious looking badgers, you got some other, few select animals that they all look kind of old and beaten up and somewhat docile and in general, but you don't want to make a completely wrong move about them. And so Harmon is over there, shoveling hay in for the horses currently.
Do they kill these creatures or just like fight them and then try to patch them up or something?
Well, you would generally know because you've probably done the most fighting. You most likely fought against a few of these. Sometimes the creatures do die, and then they just go and trap some more, and they try to keep them alive because it takes time and resources to try to catch some, and then sort of train them a little bit at least. But it's basically like fighting an attack dog, right? Like you can command them, but they're still vicious dogs.
Right. So I'm in the stables. And are there horses there? Just to make sure I
Yeah.
forgot.
Yeah, there's
Yes.
definitely horses. There's I think like what did I write? About 10 horses in there right now.
What was his name? Beastmaster Harmon?
Beastkeeper Harmon.
Beastkeeper Harmon. Hello, Beastkeeper Harmon. How are you?
He'll turn around as he was chilling with me. It's like, hello, what can I do for you?
Well, I just got my full membership and I show him the medallion.
Oh, well, congratulations.
Thank you very much. But, they said that we don't really have any tasks right now, so I was wondering if I could maybe borrow a horse for an hour and just go for a bit of a ride.
Yeah. Nobody will need these anytime soon, and he'll grab like a chalkboard and he'll write your name down on it. hang it back up, and I was like, well, let's see. Let's get Yeller for you. And so he'll grab, he'll go into one of the horse stalls and pull him out. It's this nice brown horse.
Stylish.
This will do very well. Thank you very much.
There you go. Just,
And I get on the horse and I ride.
Well, he'll before
Nice.
he goes out, he'll just bring it back in one piece.
All right, I have to go get my special saddle. Is it here?
Yeah, the saddles are kept here, so the saddle that's
You have a
outfitted for
special saddle for your
Dude,
tail.
how else would the tail fit on a fucking saddle?
Yeah, so basically a saddle
It's still pretty ridiculous. Though.
it sits taller than there's like a blocks it's basically taller than on the saddles. It looks like a baby seat would be like you put a baby seat into a car, like you put a seat inside of a seat. That's kind of what it looks like.
I've been informed by our dungeon master beforehand if I lose this, it'll cost me money to replace it. But anyways, yeah, so I take the saddle and I ride northeast for like an hour and
Sure.
then I go back.
Yeah, it's a nice day. As I said before, you generally have to keep to the roads because the wooded areas are not really meant to. I mean, you can go in with a horse, but basically, if you're riding through the woods with a horse, you're walking. You're not going with any
Yeah.
sort of speed.
Oh yeah, after an hour I do walk 5 minutes into the forest and meditate for another hour
Sure. Sounds
before I go back.
Yeah, you can find a little clearing for
And
yourself.
I replace my spells when I do that.
Sounds
You
good.
tie the horse to a tree.
Well, I don't know. Would I have to? Because a shaman, I feel like I would have a good connection with the animal.
I mean, you have
Yeah, call it
big
tie.
with animals, but I don't
I
think
tie.
you got the joke.
Well, actually, I hold on to it while I'm sitting and meditating. I'm just like holding the strap in my. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Okay.
Well,
Okay, sure.
thankfully, Old Yeller has been through enough of these rides that he knows, he'll generally stick around as it is. So, all right.
My spell list is updated. No.
Anyway, Alastair, what were you doing?
I was heading to the armory.
Sure. So, Armory. So, Armory has a really strange, I guess, patron. So, he looks like a metallic man.
A metallic man.
Yeah. And his name is just X.
X. A metallic man named
So
X.
it looks like he's built out of metal and rock, and really like fibrous type of material that he's definitely not humanoid is what I'm trying to say.
Well, I've probably seen this person before, as I've been in the camp for a few years. I probably talked to him even.
Yeah, you probably have been here. So you would know he would have told you by now that he is a Warforged.
Warforged. Interesting.
So Warforged, from generally what you've known, they're constructs made for war, but when their purpose is done, they kind of just go and look for whatever it is. They try to find their place in the world, and it's hard for them because they're scary looking.
So, these things, do they have like a will of their own, a
Oh, yeah.
conscience?
Yep.
All right then.
And
Then there's no-
you know that this guy in particular, what he's searching for is a name. That's
I
what
see.
he's
So,
calling himself.
oh,
X.
that's why he's called X.
Yep.
All right.
Interesting.
So yeah, I'll head in there, and I guess I see him working on something in there or something. I
He's
guess.
actually, he's just standing there, just There's like a counter, and then there's like another room that's attached to that houses all the weapons and equipment that somebody might need. And there's like, so he's just kind of standing at the counter, just staring ahead. And the eyes that are in there, they're like these reddish glowing eyes, and they sort of dim and then go brighter and dim and grow brighter.
Fascinating. So yeah, I guess I'll just walk in and I see him just stand there and stare into nothingness.
Yep.
And I'll just stop and watch him for a few seconds and then just raise my hand and greet him.
Sure. And he'll,
And,
eventually it looks like he was in. If you were to watch a human or a humanoid do this, it looks like they'd be in some sort of daze, and eventually he'll, it looks suddenly his eyes just come as you start, greeting him. His eyes will come back into a little bit more clear focus, and turn his head in his, sort of awkward looking fashion to you and say, "Hello."
I like that voice. So I'm actually going to show him my medallion as well, or was it a medallion?
Yeah, it's the little
Yeah.
like medallion that hangs on your neck.
Yeah, I'm going to show that to him and say that just yesterday we got back from completing our mission, and that I'm finally in the ranks,
Sure.
fitting true mercenaries, so to speak.
Sure, and he'll do the
And,
little salute thing. He'll bow down and puts his arm across, bows down. I congratulate you.
I thank him and I salute him as well, and I then proceed to tell him that my armor and my gear got pretty roughed up during the battle that we had in the town of Blackbriar, and I would like to get it just fixed up.
Okay, and he'll hold out his arms.
I'll just take it off and hand it to him.
Sure. And like put some heavy stuff in his arms, and he's just holding it there. Like his arms haven't moved a single centimeter, like millimeter. They're just in the same position. Once you're done with all that, he'll turn with his arms still straight out, go into the back room, and you'll hear a little bit of grinding going on and a little bit of banging going on, and we'll leave it at that. Diff, you have been in the library, probably trying to disguise the fact that you are reading a steamy romance novel currently.
Apparently.
So, what is it that you're actually doing? And actually, so here's what's gonna happen. Doan's actually gonna come over and is like, "Can I actually help you with something? I haven't seen you in here all that much before."
I'm trying to research more on the information on the cult that we encountered, but I got kind of sidetracked.
Oh yes.
He says while he
I
flashes his eyelashes like.
I know that feeling. Books, they have a way of doing that to you. Well, let's see. Cult. What describe this cult for me. What can you tell me about them?
Well, all of the individual members were of various races. Nothing too unassuming about them. They were wearing black robes. But probably the most interesting thing is the I guess knight. The knight that we faced at the end, who seemed to materialize from a crystal spire.
It's a black robe wearing cult of multiple races that summon things. And he'll scratch his chin and beckon you over, and you guys go into a different row of books, and he'll I'm like, well, doesn't strike any bells for me, but perhaps these books can help you. So go ahead and make a knowledge religion roll and give yourself a +4. on top of whatever
Nice.
bonuses you have.
This is gonna be good.
Please don't suck.
Oh, it
Oh,
was.
Nice.
I read the heck out of those books.
So you start reading, and
Page, big letters.
you know you're going through, and it's a fairly, like, he tells you, like, hands you like 3 different tomes. I mean, these things are like thick. It's basically recounting every single cult that's ever been documented ever. And so as you're reading through it, it feels like bits and pieces of various cults fit everything that happened, but you can't quite find one that has everything like that. So there's definitely some that summon these construct type monsters. There's definitely some that wear a loose description of the type of clothing you've encountered. So you can't really make heads or tails of whether or not it's any one particular one of these cults, or somehow these all merge. Like it's just not quite getting to you there.
Now, the most important question for me is, are they evil?
All of these cults that you are reading about are generally evil. There's a few that are evil in more ways than others. Like there's some that want to herald the destruction of the world, and then there are others who just want pretty ladies to fall in love with them. So,
all kinds of
That's
twisted
evil. That's the worst kind of evil.
I mean, it's making people do stuff against their will. But so there's a wide variety.
There's a will, there's a way. Okay.
And so eventually, Doan, who's the librarian, will come back around to you and say, any luck there?
I found several.
References?
Several references that seem to, from many different cults, that seem to be part of this one larger cult. Don't know if it's a new cult or if these other cults have merged together. That's something that we're going to have to investigate to learn more about.
Well, yes, unfortunately our library isn't as complete as I would maybe like it to be. I'll see about talking to some of our contacts in Bastion's Hope, and hopefully we'll be able to get to the bottom of this.
Am I
So,
back yet? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, or is he back yet? I guess I'm gonna be. This is gonna be reading for a long while, probably.
Sure. So you can continue your studies. Anybody else want to make any specific?
I absolutely want to make some specific.
For me, I would just make like normal, or try to make normal conversations with the Warforged.
Sure.
And like, yeah, I'm interested to see how he is as a person, more so than a Warforged.
So you try to strike up conversation with him, and it's hard to get him talking, but eventually he'll start talking about battles that happened, I mean, centuries ago. And like describing great detail of what was taking place. And it was battles, of city-states that used to exist but no longer do, against wizards who, once, ruled a part of this area, but, got destroyed. And so he's basically regaling you with tales of battle.
So I'll ask him if he can recollect how many years he's been alive or in service or whatever you can call it. If he remembers, like the day he was created, how long ago that was.
628 days, 628 years, 38 days, 4 hours, 13 minutes, 28 seconds.
That is quite specific. I asked him if he had brothers or sisters or brethren that was created alongside of him that he fought with.
We were once many. Or sorry, we were once many.
I ask him if he knows if other constructs survived from his time or his era or whatever.
I have not
But his
seen
era.
others in 327 days, 14 hours, 37 minutes, 52 seconds.
Wow. I'm just stunned by how well this guy can measure time. Like, holy hell. Okay, so yeah, I'll just continue and talk to him and make casual conversations, and we can skip over to
All right,
our
Shock.
Dragonborn.
What are you up to?
Okay, so here's the plan. I'm gonna go up to, say, around when I get back. I'm gonna get back to horse, obviously, and I've changed my spells. So I'm gonna go up to around here, around the corner of 2,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna cast Change Self.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
That's my trickery domain class.
Gets a deer head
No.
and
That
starts
allows me
flashing
to
different
change
colors.
myself and any of my equipment and my voice to be something else humanoid, and I can change myself by 1 feet either way, and I can also change like facial hair and stuff. So I'm gonna shrink myself by 1 foot.
Mhm.
So I'm 5'8" now. I'm human,
Sure.
old, like 80 or something. I have a big white beard, and I change my clothes into wizard robes, and I put a staff